What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwa. I'm here today in Kerbal Space Program. Now, every time I go and make an airplane video, a lot of people will comment that, airplanes are kind of difficult. They have a hard time with early on airplanes. So I wanted to just go back and show everyone how absolutely simple it can be to build an airplane. And we're going to build the dumbest looking airplane ever. And it's all gonna start with this I-Beam right here, and that's gonna be our airplane. Enjoy. It's gonna be freaking ridiculous. This one I-Beam is going to be part of our airplane. So what we need to do now is we need to get some fuel, we need to get some engines, and we're going to make this a dual engine craft. We don't need it, but we're going to go for overkill, so why not? So let's go ahead and drop that on there. We need some intakes. We can use these basic circular intakes here. And now we just need to get some wings. We need a seat and wings. Now we're not going to use normal wings because once again we're going super simple. So let's put this guy up here. We're going to use a mod called Take Command to correct the problem with this command seat, since you can't drop a Kerbal in there by default. So we're gonna drop a Kerbal in there by using Take Command. And I already have that installed. We're going to drop all that out. We don't even really need to auto strut. We're not even gonna bother with auto strut. Alright, so that's our basic aircraft. Now we just are going to throw some really basic stuff on here and then get into the air. So let's go ahead and grab this Elvon 4. Alright, so Elvon 4, let's drop 2 of these on here like so, and then grab 2 of these. Elvon 1 like so, and that's going to handle all of our lift and roll. Okay, so what we need to do now is get these from Z Fighting. So let's go ahead and extend these out. Now you're probably thinking, oh my god, is he totally out of ideas? No, I'm actually working on some stuff. And I'm totally working on some Infernal Robotics fun. If I can get it to stop falling apart, which was making me laugh a lot today. I am also working on, if you have not already submitted your craft, the cheapest aircraft that you can create. And then once you get that to me, I said I would announce it, so we'll announce that at the end of this video, so stay tuned, because it's going to be a very interesting thing that may happen from there, and some of you may be gritting your teeth when I say it, but it's going to be a lot of fun, ultimately. Roll that out some. Okay, so now we need to move all this up, so that way it's not scraping when we hit the runway. Alright, and let's move our Kerbal forward, so that way he's got really good visual and he's not getting smacked around by anything. That's going to put him in harm's way, but you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and move him back in here. Let's keep him a little safe. As safe as he can be in this scary aircraft here. Alright, so that looks good to me. That looks really good to me. I think we should be okay. Up some and out. So let's make sure we have everything. We have engine, intake air. We have lift. We have control. So let's go ahead and set these, y'all. Set this to pitch and yaw and roll, and set this to pitch and roll. It's gonna be a very, very aggressive aircraft. Since we have like 3.27 on the TWR scale, and we're gonna make it really maneuverable, so we're going to slide that back to where, so we're almost touching, almost centered on there. You can see, since we have our wings on our engines, we should be okay to slide that back. We can slide back pretty far. And that's pretty much going to be our craft. So let's go ahead and... No. Yes. Let's go ahead and drop Jeb in here and see how bad Jeb's going to die. And we'll call this I-Beam 1. Alright, totally non-creative. But let's see if our I-Beam is going to fly. Alright, we have our aircraft, we have our lift, we have our Kerbal, we have everything that technically we need. Now I just need to keep this I-Beam from exploding on the runway, so let's go ahead and take it nice and easy. We don't need full throttle. I just need to make sure that we don't go too fast. Okay, so that didn't work. It totally came in contact. Oh, let's throttle that down some. Okay, so I'm thinking we can still do this. Let's see if we can get away with this. Hopefully we can. I just need to not run into that light, which it looks like we're gonna run into that light. Totally looks like we're gonna run into that light. Oh, no, we're abort. We abort. Abort mission. Abort mission. Okay, so what happened here is these got in the way. So we are going to have to move our Kerbal out, and we're going to have to move this up. Because we need this to be as high up as possible. And we need Jeb to be as far out as possible. He can come down, that's fine. We just don't need it to scrape on there. Make sure it's got a little contact. Okay, so that should work. I think. I hope. Possibly. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go full throttle. And hopefully lift off. Oh God! That was way easier than I thought it would be, to tell you the truth. Holy crap. Look at you! I bet you this thing's gonna move. Alright, so let's see how well she handles. Oh God! Oh man, this little bird has some wheels. Okay, so didn't anticipate this, but we are approaching Mach 1, and we actually have really good control over this aircraft. Yes. Yes. So let's throttle that down a bit, because we're going so fast that we're losing control. But this aircraft actually, whoa, it's handling itself pretty well. Of course, we would be blacking out our pilot with all these sudden maneuvers, so we'd have to tune back our roll control and our there we go. All right, so let's knock down our authority by quite some in here. Okay. Yes, that is a lot better. We need to tweak it some more, but that's what I'm talking about. That's an airplane. So yeah, as you can see here, it's not that hard. You can design an aircraft pretty quickly and easily. I mean, there's no wheels in this. There's just an I-Beam, 2 engines, and a bunch of control surfaces. So this is as simple as it gets for an aircraft. And yet it maneuvers like a freaking jet designed in this game. So you can go out and scream, "Oh God, damn physics!" but it's covering everything that an aircraft needs to fly in this game. And I think it looks pretty darn sweet while doing so. Let's take a look at the forces that we're applying on there. Look at it, 14.7. Nice. So, yeah. So what we have here is just want to show you how easy it can really be. Don't overthink aircraft in this game. You can just grab an I-Beam, grab some controls, some Elvons, and some engines, and you have a fighter that's ready to rock. And I guarantee you this thing would probably handle itself pretty well in some of those combat competitions. Just because it has the maneuverability, it's small, and daggone, it is aggressive. It is very aggressive, and I like it. So, what we're going to do, speaking of combat, for everyone that's sent your links with your cheap aircraft, congratulations, thank you. You have unwittingly entered yourself into a hidden contest, and I'll give you others some time to also prepare, because you're probably going to want to jump in this. We're going to take all of our cheap aircraft and turn them into fighter craft. So, all you're allowed to add to your cheap aircraft is a single 50 cal, some ammo, and the AI unit for BD Armory. So that's basically it. We're just going to go with a single gun, and we're going to see how well they handle in combat, because it could be hilarious to see extremely cheap aircraft going at each other and just failing miserably and seeing how they work. So have those into me by Friday of next week, and we will see how well our terrible aircraft handle on that following Monday, if I can get it all together in time. So for now, you probably want to see me land this thing. So let's go ahead and try to land and see what we get here. Alright. This thing actually handles really well. I mean, look how well it's flying sideways even. That's a bit ridiculous. That is a bit ridiculous. I'm going to take a snapshot of it, which means everything's going to freeze up for a few seconds for that first one. Okay, so let's come in for a landing and see how well this handles. If we will kill our Kerbal or not. Alright, decreasing all of our speed. We need to bleed as much of this as possible. Alright. Looking good, looking good. Looking good. Just need to make it near the runway. We're down to a good speed here. Engine's dead. Coming in. We're at a decent speed. Coming in for a touchdown. Gentle touchdown. Oh, the I-Beam fighter is amazing. That is hilarious. Alright. So it lands, and you have your opportunity ahead of you. You can build, the rules are, it's going to be to build the cheapest air-breathing craft that you can build. And from there, you can arm it with one 50 caliber Browning, and at least some ammo on there, and the AI, so the AI can fly. And so you're still trying to be as cheap as possible, because if you get shot down by someone that has a more expensive aircraft, then, well, it doesn't count. We're only going to we're going to find one as closely as possible, within 100 credits of one another is what we're shooting for that combat. And so there's going to be brackets for costs. So build as cheaply as you can, and test to see if BD Armory can handle your craft, and hopefully you can walk away a winner in one of the brackets for the cheapest aircraft combat ever. Should be fun and interesting. So, the rules, of course, from the beginning stand. Build your aircraft as cheap as possible. Must be air breathing. Must be air breathing. So, you're going to want to use that little jet. And the basic jet engine. And you're going to want to build as cheaply as possible. So, we're going to have the brackets at about 100 credit increments, depending on how many craft we get. And we'll see how well the aircraft should fight against one another when you build as cheaply as possible. This is going to be the most frugal fighter the frugal fighter competition is on. This should be fun. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is your boy Jatuan. I'm out. Peace. And that's a funny little aircraft.